Welcome back to the Virgo channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Interpret the message as it best resonates. But know the message tends to go to the person that's most obsessive about the situation, especially on this channel, because I like to look at the shadows. And the shadows are what create emotional triggers. And emotional triggers are what create the behaviorisms that are sabotaging. So if you're able to integrate new behaviorisms, you're actually able to quantum jump into the reality that you want to experience. See, there's many different realities that play out at one time. When you have a spiritual block, we tend to, well, all the time, anyone that has a spiritual block, that we have to continue to go through karmic situations until we integrate that spiritual lesson, learn the spiritual lesson. We learn it by grounding it, by incorporating new behaviorisms, new thought patterns, new core beliefs, just new everything. That's why healing is from the inside out. It starts with your mind. So if you're new to the channel and you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word video in the day. The word of the video is always how I like to open up my readings. Also, if you're someone that's in need of shadow healing, then you definitely want to check out my subscription for $7.99 a month. It comes with inner child healing, shadow healing, reparenting, and all the healing modalities to heal the effects of psychic trauma. So, and not just psychic trauma, because all trauma creates psychic trauma, psychological and emotional trauma. And really, you want to definitely clear that energy because you don't want to be a magnet for, again, negative energy. You know, we've all, again, been in negative types of connections, and they make us literally physically sick. This is why you definitely don't want to, you know, continue to walk around with that type of energy, even if you have negative energy, not because of people, but because of situations that you've gone through. Maybe, again, every time you try out for an interview, you go in for an interview, you don't get the job. That could be, again, a trauma. Trauma isn't always, again, physical. All right, without further ado, you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, don't forget to write the word of the video in the comment bar. All right, let's see what that word is. And the word is clear karmic programs of intolerance. Well, you know, I think I got that word the other day. So we're going to pull another one just because, you know, it's like, it's not uncommon. You know, it's only a day later, or 2 days later. So you might be like, yo, no, I really need to get rid of some of these people in my life. I really need to stop doing certain things in my life. I feel like you're evolving. And so evolving is when, not just when we move into a higher state of consciousness, but when we ground certain things, like I was saying, and when you're clearing things that you're intolerant to, well, it's good because you're clearing things that no longer serve you. There's things that really probably never served you, but you just either formed that behaviorism, or that person just came into your life and was here for a season. You know, not every single person that comes into our life is here forever. Some people come in for a day, sometimes for a season, and very few for a lifetime. And so they come in to teach. And I feel like you've learned certain spiritual lessons that I feel like you're like, I don't really need to have these people in my life. And that's really the energy, that you're connected to somebody that you're starting to look at a lot differently. I feel like when you met this person, you perceive them as being very strong. You perceive them as being very good looking, and there was a lot of chemistry, but what you're seeing is that this person is coming from a very low vibration. They don't feel good about themselves. So what they showed you is yes, it is an aspect that they are good in business, but I don't believe that they own the company fully that they said that they own. I don't believe that they run everything solely by themselves. I don't believe they appeared to be like this mastermind, this big, like strong person. And it's that it's not that they're not good, it's that they try to be perfect. And when a person tries to be perfect, it's because they feel imperfect. They feel inadequate. They feel as if something's wrong with them. And because this person feels like there's something wrong with them, they don't treat you right. You, in their mind, like are perfect. And you know what? They're instead of them really like appreciating it, it's almost like I feel like it almost triggered them to be put in a competition. Like it's like they got jealous instead of like liking it and embracing you and cheering you on. And I feel like you tend to attract people that are jealous of you. And so what you're clearing is like having to apologize for your success, having to apologize for your life because other people's lives aren't happy. And I feel as if in the past, other people would get wounded from other relationships, and then they would project that wounding onto you. And so at this point, you've come to a place within your evolution, like you're saying, it doesn't work for me anymore. I will no longer tolerate it. And I feel like, again, you're in connection with someone that definitely feels that way, and it's made them look at themselves and they feel very shameful. They feel really hurt. We're going to see why I pulled that card again with pulling other cards. All right, let's see, look at the hidden truths. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. So again, that's what I was saying, that they've the situation has made them reflect, has made them look at their behavior, has made them see it. Again, like they you really didn't ask for anything, but they made the relationship so difficult to the point that even when they reflect on it, they say, well, why would I wouldn't even want to be friends with myself. You know, I knew exactly what I was doing, and they did because they were coming from that wounded place. That's what I was saying, like the projection, and instead of being happy for you, it's like it put them almost in a weird competition with you, where I feel like they held back. I feel like they gave you the silent treatment. I feel like they gave you little because they perceived that your life was so perfect that they didn't want to give you anything. They wanted to make you feel as if you were less than by giving you nothing. And that's why they feel shameful because they know. And they also know that you know because your action is showing that. I'm afraid to contact you. Yeah, because I feel like sometimes, I feel like, first of all, Virgo, you're very direct. And this person is used to sugarcoating. This person is, again, they're not strong within themselves. So having a very strong opinion and being able to stand behind their opinion is not something that I feel like they're comfortable with, especially when it comes to like confrontation. And they know that they deserve it. And I'm going to pull just one more. Just being near you is intoxicating. And so, again, you were a truth speaker. Your relationship was deep. I feel like at the time they felt like you were someone that was really serious and they weren't ready to be in the type of relationship that they know that you would want. They played like a lot of games to kind of keep you stuck. And also because they didn't really know what they wanted. But I want to look at things from your perspective, how you view this person, because like I said, this person uh, is really afraid to contact you because of the way that they treated you. So it's important for us to see upside down. I felt like I was living my life upside down without a way to straighten it out. You kept me trapped in an endless cycle. Yeah, like it said, this person wanted to keep you hooked. They didn't really want you to move forward and meet anyone. They wanted to keep you like stuck, but then they didn't, and not give you anything, almost like punish you. And if they punish you because it's like your life is too good, I'm gonna give you less. Accountable. Yeah, all the blame fell onto me. Yeah, and then if you like tried to talk to them about anything, they would just twist it around. And they were purposely doing that because they're like, well, I can feel that you have feelings for me and I have feelings for you. And there's a lot of chemistry. And so, again, they create these toxic relationships. This is what it feels like. And this is why you're like, oh no, like if it's not honoring me, again, assumptions. I felt attacked by the constant need to assume what I was doing or saying. So it's again like they would question you, but meanwhile, what they were doing. It's like they wanted to be so in control of your life, but without giving you. And so like again, it's almost like this person, this person's energy scares me. And it scares me because they wanted to dominate you. They wanted to dominate you. And that's somebody that has a lot of shadows. So someone that has a lot of shadows, that I'm saying that those shadows started in childhood. Adrift. Again, like you just not wanting to settle down. Again, like a player, not showing emotions. Like, I mean, the worst energy. Alone, making you feel really alone because that not, again, not giving you anything. So it's just redundant now. It's like just not giving you anything, making you feel small, purposely trying to keep you stuck, being a real narcissistic relationship. And so now you're in separation and they've had a lot of time to think. They've had a lot of time to think. I want to work things out. Yeah, because you're making them change. But I feel like you don't want this person. You're like, mm-mm. You're like, nope. I can see myself with you in the future. Yeah, because there's a sense that you walked away. And this thing is, this person creates these really toxic, dramatic relationships. Again, one that's built on control, dominance, and only like wounded, like trauma bond relationship. And I feel, Virgo, that you've come to a place within your evolution that you're like, you've learned what those look like. So you might have grown up with a parents that were in a trauma bond. And what a trauma bond looks like is that one person really wants to be in the relationship, but the other person doesn't. And the one person that wants to be in the relationship gives everything, where the other person doesn't give anything, is they're avoidant. So it's, or on an emotional level, doesn't give anything anyway. They may be there, but they're not there. They live more from their addictions, where that it's a real uneven, codependent relationship that is really, it's a love-hate relationship. And so the thing is, they always create this themselves by the dynamic that there's passion and there's this, but there's also this need to dominate. And so, when you walked away from them, of course, it triggered their abandonment. So now they can completely see themselves with you, but there's also a need and a want that they do have to be in a normal relationship. The thing with those trauma bond relationships that they create is that like after a few cycles of going around and around, it goes to hate, where they don't have feelings. So they're not affected. They're already detached and disassociated from themselves. So it takes a lot for them to feel. And when they're in a relationship, they're usually checked out. So the thing is, you leaving triggered abandonment, where their focus is been on you, has made them look at their life, where again, they're almost like, well, I feel like I'm supposed to be with you, but this person needs a lot of healing. I just want to pull one more. I have sexual fantasies about you, of course. It's like it's very like it's all like passion led. It's all like again, control, dominance, but there's no real emotional depth. They may feel like there is, but it's like a relationship is with two people. This person again is obsessed with you, and that's why they want to control you. But they don't know how to even be in a relationship. That's what it looks like. This is somebody that has a lot of just a lot of wounds. So the best that we can do with energy like this is say, why did I attract a person like this into my life? The shadows, right? We're a mirror of who and what comes into our life. Our shadows are energy that we don't realize that we've detached from, but those detached parts of ourselves are parts of ourselves that we have either rejected, feel inadequate, or they could be a gift, believe it or not. So it's not just, they're just the hidden aspects of ourself. And so we have to say, why did you attract a person? What is the universe trying to teach you about yourself? Because every single person that comes into our life is here to teach us, to help us to evolve into higher states of consciousness. Sometimes it's done by love, unconditioned love. Sometimes it's done through pain. With this person, they were trying to create pain. But you're like, I'm a different person. But at this point, it's like, I don't want that. I know what it looks like. So we have to say again, sometimes it's just integrating the spiritual lesson, but we'll see. Nurturing. So nurturing yourself. Again, that this person obviously didn't give anything. They just wanted to keep you stuck. So it's again, you probably didn't get the nurturing that you needed growing up. So you have to reparent yourself and nurture yourself now. And that's by first getting rid of the people and things that are in your life that are no longer working for you. And also changing whatever limiting thought patterns that you have about yourself, meaning you deserve to be nurtured in a relationship. You deserve to be loved because what is nurtured? Nurtured is when someone shows that they care. This person deliberately showed that they didn't care. So again, that was something that you grew up with, being made to feel like they didn't care. So you can't obtain that. You can't attract that unless you do it for yourself. Let's see what else, because this person like has a lot of things. So we're like, what are their inner child wounds? Lies and secrecy. Yeah, like this person, I believe that they manipulate and they, again, everything is like with dominance, everything would be again secrecy, like them hiding things from you, the lying to you, gaslighting you. So again, if you weren't nurtured, it's most likely because you grew up in an environment where you had to keep secrets. And you had to keep secrets because there were imbalances. And the imbalance could be, it's a collective reading. So could be that parents drank, could be that there was some dysfunction that you were embarrassed of, that you were told to hide. So that's the energy that made you feel inadequate. And it made you feel inadequate because all the time and all the energy you felt as a child, and again, the child self is extremely sensitive. So it doesn't mean that you would even perceive the same situation the same way now. However, at the time, there were certain things that transpired in your life that you felt like you couldn't share and that you had to protect. And those things became more important than your own needs. So you attracted someone into your life that made you feel that way. But really, Spirit's saying, do you do that for yourself? Do you nurture yourself? Do you give yourself what you need, or were you looking for someone else to do that for you? Because you needed to reparent that. Otherwise, it would just be all about them. Like, again, there was a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of sexual fantasies, there's all that, but there's no emotional because this person's not capable. And that is also like addictive behavior, um, where they're being led by that. They're not being led by the higher self. And so in the end, it's a very selfish way of being, and again, expecting you to compromise. So again, we ask, well, Spirit, what is the other energy that we can pull into this situation to actually balance it out? Because it's like, well, if we had chemistry with this person and we like this person, but then we see that they're not on our vibration, it's like, what else could we do to integrate, to make ourselves feel better, to balance out the energy, to give ourselves more? Because again, this person kind of drained a little bit our energy, which is what they wanted to do. But they can't do it unless we're attached to that person, and in hopes that they would change or give you more. I feel like some of you guys, were sad that it didn't work out, sad that you found out who they really are, where it's like you can't be in a relationship with them. Peace. No. So it's all about, like, again, I am unwavering in the face of fear. I come to my senses and embrace challenges. I am determined to think with gentleness and calm. I find inner silence and become a manifestation of peace. So again, this person didn't bring you peace. So the higher message is, you know, does the relationship mean more to you than your peace of mind? Again, and what it comes back to is, no, that's a choice that you decided to make. You're like, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that needs this much healing. And this is what it's how your reading started. But why? Because peace allows you to be able to manifest. It allows you to, again, be open to receiving. Being caught up and connected to this person, you'd have nothing. And all because they feel like they don't have anything. They can, but you know more. And that's, again, so sometimes we have to just go through the spiritual lesson, like that spirit says, yeah, you know, but do you really know? Well, when you ground the situation, it means that you integrate the situation so you actually physically see yourself differently. And that's why you had to go through this. And I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. I hope you resonated. And if you did, don't forget to give me a like, comment the word, clear the words, clear karmic programs of intolerance in your comment bar. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.